So thanks for tuning in again to Kevin Gets Fit. Tonight we ended up doing a ride. We originally planned for 30 kilometers, but I've had a busy week. Let's just give you a rundown anyways. So on Friday I had a good mountain bike ride with my buddy Matt. That was out in Keswick area at Ravenshoe. I have the details on that, but we'll save that for another time anyways. On Saturday, we ended up doing about an hour and a half worth of tennis, and it's been a long time since I played tennis. Definitely used a lot of muscles I'm not used to using. Shara's hip was hurting her a little bit, so we didn't go too hardcore. On Sunday, we ended up going out for about another 45 minutes of tennis until Shara's hip was once again bothering her. Monday, ended up going for a ride with Nathan's group of coworkers, minus Nathan, who was on vacation, and that was a great ride. So coming in today is Wednesday, so 2 days after the Monday ride, which killed me. Not a huge amount of energy, but we wanted to give it our go and see what we could actually do. We originally planned to go out there, this is a gravel ride, and we originally planned to go out there and do a gravel ride for 30 kilometers. Actually, this isn't even it. So I'll go to today's ride here. That was an old ride. Okay, so here it is here. This is today's ride. So we ended up hitting about the 10-kilometer mark and kind of hit a little bit of a slump where we're like, you know what, this is not comfortable on the muscles. And Shara was feeling her hip too. So we ended up cutting it down to 10 kilometers out, 10 kilometers back. And this is a gravel trail down. Technically, it starts in the Barrie waterfront down in this area here, if you can see the little hand. And you can follow it all the way up and everything else. But we actually start right down at the first line south in Oromadante. Oromadante. Kind of the south side is more Shanty Bay. And then we ride up the trail as far as we can. As far as elevation, you can see it's pretty flat. I mean, over the whole thing, I think it's, elevation gain, 36 meters. So that's 36 meters. I think if we do the full 30, it works out to be about 45 meters gained, somewhere around there. So it's not a lot of hills, but it is a long distance. And we're riding mountain bikes. We're not riding street bikes or gravel bikes or anything else. You can see here, speed-wise, we're pretty good. 17.4 kilometers per hour for the entire distance. You can see we only had one little break here, and this was just at the roadway where it crosses over the road. Heart rate-wise, this is the interesting part. So when we first started riding these, the average heart rate was pretty high. I mean, fitness-wise, I wasn't exactly as fit as I am now. So going back like a year ago, heart rate was through the roof the entire time. Now it's kind of marginal. And I'll show you in a second how that's kind of affecting my my workout too. Bike cadence, you can see nice, smooth. 58 RPMs on average. Some of this is just kind of, readjusting my buttocks area. Stretching out the legs, whatever. Respirations, nice and steady. Temperature-wise, beautiful temperature tonight. So we started out about 20 degrees and started dropping down a little bit as we were riding and got down to about 15, 16 degrees. Beautiful temperature. When we're going down here, so this is the elevation gain and everything else. As you can see, aerobic-wise, 2.9, so maintaining. Didn't really make a big difference on me. But anaerobic, as far as building muscle and everything else, absolutely no benefit to this ride. Which is surprising, where we used to do these rides and obviously it would give me some muscle building and everything else. In this case, it's more just exercise. Even at 20 kilometers, which sounds like a lot on a mountain bike, it's not doing a huge amount. But it is what it is, right? As you can see, the computer calculated based on my height, weight, age, everything else, is about 716 calories burned, which is great, especially if you can keep it down. I did do a split time on our laps, so going out there at 10 kilometers, we did in about 33 minutes and 50 seconds. On the way back, it was 36 minutes and 37 seconds. So this is a run that we try and do once a week, usually on Wednesday night or Thursday night. Wednesdays always works out better because I tend to do rides on Friday, and I don't like killing myself 2 days in a row. So yeah, that's about it. I just wanted to, for accountability wise, put together this little video. I did plan on having my GoPro with me and do a time lapse, or what do they call it? Warp lapse, something like that. Anyways, but yeah, that didn't work out. Very dark night anyway, so I don't know what I would have had as far as video. But yeah, we did. Two things I will mention. At the very beginning, I happened to look down at my computer for a second, so I wasn't paying attention, but a fox ended up running across the path. And on the way back, at about this point here, so we rode all the way out, rode all the way back, at about this point here, had an interesting encounter with a owl. There was an owl sitting on the pathway itself, and I kind of looked down and thought, what the hell is that? Is that a rabbit, like a giant rabbit or something? And as I got a little closer, I'm like, holy crap, it's an owl. But as I rode by, it decided, oh crap, I wasn't expecting you out here, and started flying away. It ended up flying into my face. So I got hit by wings, luckily no talons or anything, but that's definitely a first for me to be that close to an owl that you can almost smell its butthole. But yeah, it went right into my face. So owls are a great meaning in metaphysical, so I'm going to take that as a good meaning. Unfortunately, I probably scared the crap out of it, but yeah, don't exactly get to choose that. We do see lots of like frogs and toads on this path, sometimes some rabbits. Sometimes the rabbits will actually run with us down the side of the pathway, which is kind of cool. But if you haven't done this gravel trail, it's a great gravel trail. It does lead pretty much, actually, it does lead. So you can physically take it all the way up to Memorial Road or Memorial Avenue in Innisfil, or sorry, in Aurelia. So it does go a really long distance, but yeah, that's a far distance. I think it's about, if I'm not mistaken, about 45, 50 kilometers each way. So you got to dedicate quite a bit of time to actually doing it. I've never done anything past about 40 kilometers on a mountain bike. If you had a gravel bike, I'm sure it'd be a lot easier, but yeah, I don't exactly have one of those. And honestly, we had debated it. We have new bikes that are on order for next year, and we debated getting gravel bikes, but honestly, all you're doing is making the ride easier and faster. Faster is good, but with it being an easier ride, you're not getting the same kind of workout, so you got to work that much longer to get the same kind of calorie burn. When you're riding a mountain bike, obviously a lot harder. It's pushing the muscles a lot more. Heart rate's going to be elevated. And realistically, that's what I'm really looking for, is building the endurance, building the muscle. And I don't feel like a gravel bike's going to be a positive thing. I feel like it'd be a negative thing. If we were physically going for distance and that's all we were really going for, you know, this month or this week we're going to do 40, the next week we're going to do 50, and we're going to build it up to be able to do the entire ride. That's great, but it also takes a lot more time, and time is such a valuable thing. So anyways, thanks for tuning in. If you haven't subscribed, feel free to subscribe. I really appreciate it. You can keep me accountable on my journey. And if you have any questions, comments, please put them in the comments below. And yeah, until the next time. I will mention also, I am going riding on Friday. That should be an interesting ride. It's a lot of hill climbing. So we'll see how I do. I know my GPS was telling me that I shouldn't be riding again for another 3 days. And this is in 2 days' time. So yeah, I'm not listening to the computer, but we'll see how it goes. Thanks for tuning in.